I forgot to mention last week, which was rather remiss of me, was so Lunar Flight has been an ongoing love affair for me for over the last year or so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hang on a sec. This is news to me. Is this news to Alex? I don't know.
What, Lunar Flight?
I speak to you like once a minute, and I've never. I have never
mentioned Lunar
once
Flight
heard
to
you
you?
mention. No.
I'm fairly positive I have mentioned Lunar Flight to you and Sam in particular.
Maybe it's because he's busy giving you £1,000. That's why.
That might have been it. You couldn't hear it over all the notes.
Was I drunk? I don't know. Was I in tour?
Yeah. To be fair,
then I've got no idea. You could basically call me up and tell me your house was on fire and you needed help.
Yeah, a bit busy actually, Mike.
And I go, alright, as soon as I've listened to this quest giver, I'll be there.
I'm force pushing someone.
Yeah.
So yeah, Lunar Flight has been a kind of an ongoing love affair for me over the last year or so. It's coming to it's in its kind of beta phase now, and it's coming to the end of its beta. And the versions are getting less and less because they were doing lots and lots of updates to it. It's only one guy, but he was doing lots and lots of updates to it. Those updates are a lot less frequent now, so you can kind of spend a lot more time with the build that you've got without losing your progress. If you see what I mean? Because I bought it when it was in alpha. And so I've spent an awful lot of time with it of late, and got much further into it than I had done ever previously, and it is absolute genius. It's just genius. The thing where I think it might let itself down is that the learning curve at the beginning, or not the learning curve, but the difficulty curve is really weird. In that it starts off enormously difficult and very, very unforgiving, and then the more you play it and the more progress you make, the easier it actually gets, because you buy upgrades for your ship.
Novel.
Yeah, it's a
so it's
like a
Buzz
little
Aldrin
lunar.
did.
Yeah, it's like a little lunar lander thing that you have. So it's basically what it is. It's a 3D version of Lunar Lander.
Like being a serial killer. In fact, the first one's hardest, and then.
Okay, and then it gets easier.
Carry on.
after
Yep.
that. I see what you've done there. I'm a little disturbed by the fact that you brought it up.
Okay.
So, yeah, the more you play it, you accumulate more money, which allows you to buy more upgrades. And as soon as you start getting upgrades onto your ship, you immediately buy the stuff that makes it easy to fly. And so it's got this really weird upside down difficulty curve. So once you get over that initial difficulty hump at the beginning, and it is very difficult at the beginning, it's just brilliant, and it rewards in absolute spade loads. So now I'm doing like massive trips across this very barren, very beautiful lunar surface with this marvellously moody music playing in the background, and just kind of the sound of the thrusters kicking away in the background whenever you need them. It's just beautiful, and it's. I do like the sound of a good thruster. I knew you'd pick up on that.
And this is indie stuff, right?
It's indie. It's written by one guy.
And this is from what you've put on the show notes. This is less than £4.
It's right. So that's the thing. It's in beta at the moment. Until the end of the beta, it's £3.49.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it is a really good game.
And where
really,
do you get it
really
from?
good. You can get it from Desura.com, which is another discovery of mine this week, which is basically an indie version of Steam, and they also do things like mods. So, like that whole thing with Steam, when a patch comes out, it just updates your Steam version. Imagine that, but with mods and with indie games, and that's what Desura is.
I'm going to download that on the strength of your recommendation.
It's fantastic.
I love to give £3.50 to an indie developer if they put that much work in. And it's awesome.
Honestly, mate, it is absolutely brilliant, and it's got a difficulty learning curve that'll just make you want to stab yourself in the face initially. Please stick with it, because it is it just rewards in spade loads. It's the sort of thing that our mutual friend Andy would really, really like, and he wasn't resistive of it. He was going to pick it up at some point, I think, but I just kind of I just went, because £3.50. I just went and bought it and gifted it to him, and just said, there you go, just go and play that, and he's loving it now.
I'm going to download it right now.
Yeah, it's great. It's absolutely brilliant.
I'm going to download it after this, because I've got about 100k a second on my broadband connection. So but I'm going to.
That's true, yeah.
Thanks. It's written literally by one guy called Sean, who lives in Australia. And the whole thing's his work. He's got a couple of people to help him with a little bit of music and stuff like that. But the whole thing's.
Oh, hang on a minute!
Australians,
You didn't mention he was Australian.
Refund, please. Sean, if you're listening,
That changes
we don't
the
mean
whole thing.
that. Sorry, Sean, we're not racist or anything.
I'm done. Alex, you'll go.